So this is probably hard for you guys. Well, you're spending money.
It's hard to find people. I just.
A lot of people don't carry vacation years.
Well, he does all the same grades as I do.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us for our November 18th, 2025 York City Council meeting. At this time, do we have any public comment or any non-agenda items only? Okay, moving right along, we will call our legislative meeting to order at 6:01 p.m. Madam Clerk, can you please call the roll?
Bob?
Here.
Dennis. Dennis.
Here.
Buckingham.
Here.
Washington.
Here. And at this time, all that can stand, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated. At this time, we will take action on previous meeting minutes. I make a motion to approve our November 5th, 2025 legislative meeting minutes.
Second.
You got it. You got it. Everybody anxious tonight. Everybody on board. Hello.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? That moves forward.
Where are our kids?
At this time, for our presentations, awards, and announcements, we will move to a proclamation proclaiming Pennsylvania Education for Children and Youth Experiencing Homelessness Awareness Week and Red Shirt Day here in the city of York. Whereas homelessness continues to be an issue in many communities across the Commonwealth, a problem that is not just an urban issue, but also can be found in most rural communities around the county. Whereas the purpose of this proclamation is to educate the public about the prevalence of youth experiencing homelessness, the barriers that may prevent youth from attending school, and the McKinney-Vento Homelessness Act that all schools must comply with to overcome their barriers. And whereas there are limited resources available to youth experiencing homelessness, including a shortage of affordable housing for displaced minors and homeless assistance service providers. And whereas there are many organizations committed to sheltering and providing support services, meals, and food supplies to people experiencing homelessness, however, very few of these services are specific to the needs of unaccompanied minors. And whereas many shelters will not accept a child under 18 years of age without the company of a parent or guardian, and there is still a dire need for additional resources to assist students experiencing homelessness to attend school and be successful, including the basic needs of food, clothing, educational supplies. And whereas Pennsylvania Education for Children and Youth Experiencing Homelessness Awareness Week highlights the importance of the McKinney-Vento Homeless Assistance Act and the critical role of education in providing stability and consistency for children and youth experiencing homelessness across Pennsylvania, with schools serving as lifelines by offering safe spaces, nutritious meals, opportunities to wash clothing and take showers, access to hygiene items and clothing closets, thereby ensuring that education remains a vital foundation of dignity, hope, and opportunity so that students experiencing homelessness can fully engage as learners. And whereas Red Shirt Day is an important piece of this effort and is geared to raise awareness and encouraging schools, communities, and individuals to plan for and support assistance programs experiencing homelessness as they look to complete their education. And whereas on Friday, November the 21st, 2025, on behalf of Red Shirt Day, York City Council invites everyone to wear red as a powerful visual statement of support for students experiencing homelessness, reminding them and their families that their education matters and that they are seen, they are supported, and they are valued by their school and their community. And by sharing photos on social media with @ECYEHPA, which is @ECYEHPA, and the hashtags, hashtag Red Shirt Day, hashtag I will be your voice, and hashtag let's have a conversation, and hashtag ECYEHPA awareness. We send a strong collective message that these students are not invisible. We see them, we stand with them, and we believe in their future. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the Council of the City of York, Pennsylvania, that Council hereby proclaims November the 17th through 21st, 2025 as Pennsylvania Education for Children and Youth Experiencing Homelessness Awareness Week, and Friday, November the 21st, 2025 as Red Shirt Day here in the City of York. And be it further resolved that City Council urges all residents to recognize that education is key to preventing future homelessness and provide stability and support to youth experiencing homelessness. This is presented on behalf of each of us as York City Council members: Teresa Janescu, Elizabeth Bupp, Dr. Felicia O.A. Dennis, Betsy Buckingham, Vice President, and myself, Aquina Washington, President. And I would like to hand this over to Ms. Sonia Pitsy of Pennsylvania Education for Youth Experiencing Homelessness. And I don't know, Sonia, if you have any comments for us today. Yes, ma'am.
I would like to sincerely thank all of you for this opportunity and for continuing to support this week. The Education for Students Experiencing Homelessness Awareness Week is a 12-year experience that we've had, and Ms. Washington has been part of that for the whole 12 years, and it's been a great support to know that the City of York is part of that, and I truly appreciate you wanting to make the proclamation, to use your voice to help us be the voice for our students who are experiencing homelessness. So thank you very much for this honor and recognition.
Thank you for the great work that you do every day for 12 years strong, Sonia. And it's signed by each of us.
I'll be wearing red on Friday, will you?
Thank you so much, Sonia. As I shared, and I'm sure all of us as council agree on this, just thank you for the work that you do. And we ask, our residents here in the City of York to keep their eyes open. If you do notice any youth that you may think are experiencing homelessness, refer them to our schools here in the City of York, the school district of the City of York. We also have several private schools here in the City of York as well, and several other charter schools and other schools here within the City of York. But refer them to their schools so that they can get the help, so they can get the resources that they need, so that they can be successful. Unfortunately, those youth who are experiencing homelessness, they should be concerned with just going to school and having fun. But unfortunately, they have to experience being homeless. And so we want to be a support to them. So I do encourage all of our residents in the City of York to wear your red shirt on Friday. Not only just wear your red shirt, but start the conversation in your workplaces, start the conversation with your family, start the conversation with your friends, start the conversation in your places of faith, so that way we can begin to keep our eyes open, but also to raise awareness and also provide resources to those students, resources to the schools within the City of York, and so that way we as a community can rise up in support, and hopefully one day we will not have to raise awareness for our youth experiencing homelessness. So thank you. Now moving along,
They were children.
we will forward with our legislative meeting, but I will mention that our next legislative meeting of council will be held on Tuesday, December the 2nd, 6:00 p.m. here in council chambers. As a reminder, all agenda items are due by 12 noon on Monday, November the 24th. Council committee meeting, there will be no committee meetings held in November and December. Moving along to our legislative agenda, up first we have subdivision, land development, and HARB. We have resolution number 82.
So introduced. Resolution number 82, introduced by Elizabeth Bupp, Be it resolved that council hereby approves certificates of appropriateness for work to be done at 1 South George Street, 2 South George Street, and 323 West Mason Avenue. Is there a motion to approve?
Second. It has been moved and seconded. Is there any council comment?
No. I actually just have a brief council comment, and it's personal because 323 West Mason Avenue is the former Trimmer Printing Building, and Mr. Trimmer, William Trimmer, was my grandfather, great-grandfather, actually.
Oh my gosh.
And so I remember being in there as a child in the 60s because they still had it, or they were closing it up, and he had pens, pencils, greeting cards, stationery, and made his business printing cards for the churches around town, donation cards. And so when I saw that, I thought, that's fabulous. I also, because he'd be happy with redevelopment. And there is a ghost sign on the back of it, T printing, so maybe that will remain. I know we have a lot of ghost signs around town for the older buildings, so we'll see how that goes. So I just wanted to share that.
Thank you for sharing that, Councilwoman Buck.
And otherwise, is there any public comment about these HARB items? Do we have? Okay. If none, I guess.
Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Buck?
Yes?
Dennis?
Yes.
Buckingham?
Yes.
Washington?
Yes, and that moves forward. Up next, we have Resolution 83, so introduced.
Resolution number 83, introduced by Queen of Washington. Let's see here. Whereas the city has received a preliminary final subdivision and land development plan dated February 20th, 2025, last revised on August 5th, prepared by Warehouse, titled The Towns at York Creek, providing for the improvement of 550 West College Avenue. And whereas the applicant has requested various waivers to conform to the subdivision land development ordinance, and whereas the applicant has also requested that the city approve the plan, and whereas the Planning Commission recommended approval of all the waivers of the plan as it generally conforms to the standards set forth in the subdivision and land development ordinance of the city, should be requested waivers be granted by the city. Now therefore be it resolved that the above stated waivers and partial waiver of the city ordinances are hereby granted, and the plan is approved as conditioned.
Move to approve.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded. Do you have some comments to add, sir?
If you had any questions or
Sure.
staff from Warehouse.
Thank you.
So larger plans you can actually.
It'd be
You
great
can
to
actually
see them.
see that would be great.
Yes, it would be great to see those.
Thank you. Is there any council comment or questions regarding this matter?
None. Well, I did just want to mention that I think some of these waivers are acceptable because you are adjacent to the creek. So you don't have to, some of the setbacks and parkland required open space that you need, you're right beside the creek. So that sort of covers some of the space you would need if you were sort of smack in the middle of a neighborhood. You've got
You have that in the trail as well. That's
Exactly.
Standing through the park and
Do you,
past our property. So we worked out our plans to match up with what they're doing with that. And yeah, it worked out very well. I think it's going to look very nice.
will you own the rail, will you own,
Yeah.
will you give it right away then? Or do you, I don't know where the boundary is, if the boundary goes down into the creek, the banks or not, if it maybe doesn't go to the bank. Yeah, I think it's interesting.
Here,
Yeah.
and we look, see the property line.
Okay, so the property line is just
Some of this will jot in.
at the top of the bank.
For our property that's going with it. And then that's only half of it, and then it goes the other side. So, yeah.
I thought that some of the meadow
some of that requirement too that we talked about at committee had to do with improvements to Martin Luther King Park and in using some of that
You can
green
go back
space.
to the mic when you respond. Thank you.
Didn't we talk about that?
Yes,
Yes.
yes, we did.
Yeah.
You're correct.
Look at the page. I highlighted some of the rec areas. You see
Right.
all the
I said,
different areas throughout the building.
I'll tell you later.
Okay, thank you. He's gonna pull that up.
Right. We talked about it at committee. Some of that meadow space, actually, what we're gonna do is improve Martin Luther King Park and improve that, use that green space, yes.
Red and blue areas
Right.
would be certain recreational areas, and park areas, and
Right.
things like that. That's one. This goes around the lofts.
Right.
You can see all the different areas.
And the brown area represents,
That's the existing
Building,
buildings
Mm-hmm.
that the lofts were previously
Okay.
approved. And then, last page. Really got there. And that's a trail. So you can see.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So it's throughout the whole complex, there's different areas for different things. We have dog park, things like that.
Thank you.
Yes.
Is there any further council comment regarding this matter?
I'll just say it's great to see this project moving forward. This is the previous Den Supply property, yes.
Yeah, it took some time.
Thank you.
But we got all of our permits now. We just got the ENS permit today.
But it's really great to
Great.
see it move forward.
They're expecting construction maybe starting in January.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Is there any public comment regarding this matter? Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Buck,
yes?
Dennis,
Yes.
Buckingham,
Yes,
Washington,
Yes, and that moves forward. Up next, we have new business introduction of bills. Introduction of bill number 27.
so introduced.
Bill number 27, introduced by Betsy Buckingham, an ordinance appropriating sums estimated to be required for the specific purposes of city government hereinafter set forth during the year 2026, prohibiting certain transfers and repealing inconsistent ordinances. It's the adoption of the 2026 budget.
And that is a bill, and that will sit. Up next, we have introduction of bill number 28.
So introduced.
And that's bill number 32, introduced by Betsy Buckingham. And that is a bill fixing the tax rate for 2026 at $18.97 on each $1,000 of assessed valuation.
And that is a bill, and that will sit.
Oh, okay.
Up next, we have resolution number 84, so introduced.
Resolution number 84, introduced by the Queen of Washington. Be it resolved that council hereby consents to the following as recommended by the mayor: reappointment of Sarah Malinsky to Downtown Inc. to serve until the first Monday of January 2031. The appointment of Mickey Napper as a member of Downtown Inc. to serve until the first Monday of January 2027. And the appointment of Ryan McKinley to Downtown Inc. to serve in said capacity until the first Monday of January 2030.
Move to approve.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded. Is there any council comment regarding this matter?
No. I'd just add that I was able to go to the Downtown Inc. Fall update and heard Mr. McKinley speak about all the positive developments that he's bringing forward and others, and I just think it's great that he's volunteering his time as well with this group, and I thank Mr. Napper as well for being such a wonderful force downtown. And I don't know Sarah Malinsky, so I would look forward to meeting you. That's all I have. Thank you.
Is there any further council comment regarding this matter?
None.
No?
Any public comment?
Just appreciate everything you guys do as well, so thank you.
Oh, thank you. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Bub?
Yes?
I can swear him in too.
Yeah.
Dennis?
Yes.
Buckingham?
Yes.
Washington?
Yes, and that moves forward, and I believe we'll be doing some swearing in right now.
Yeah.
All right. Is it just you?
All
All
three are
Okay.
here.
All right. Okay. All right.
Have to remember we have this to do.
Let me just get my oath out here real quick. All right, you all can just circle around the podium so we can hear you, so that you're on record and you can't back out of it because it's being recorded. All right, if you could just each raise your right hand and then repeat after me. I state your name. Do solemnly swear that I will support, obey, and defend the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of this Commonwealth, and that I will discharge the duties of my office with fidelity. Congratulations, thank you. You can come forward real quick for me and just sign these for me. I can borrow some pens here. real
Here's a
quick.
pen.
There you go.
So you just sign right there, and I'll fill in all the other information. Yeah,
Thank you for your service.
I don't have a pen for you yet, so. All right, good luck for me trying to figure out what these are here. Okay, so. Thank you. All right.
That's Sarah.
Okay, Sarah. Sarah. And who is this one? Is
That's
that-
my chicken.
Okay, all right.
That's Ryan.
Ryan, okay.
Thank you.
Okay, Natalie Kinley. All right, thank you very much, folks.
Thank you also very much for your service to the city of York. We appreciate you. And as always, I share, we appreciate all the service that our volunteers do on all of our authorities, boards, and commissions here in the city of York. And we encourage our community members, if you're interested in being involved in the city of York, a great start is our authorities, boards, and commissions. We value your voice, we value your ideals, we value your creativity, and we need you. We all can't do it on our own, and so that is why it's impactful to have you as volunteers. So if you're interested, you can find that information on our website at yorkcity.org. You can reach out to any of us as council members, or you can reach out to our clerk, Diana Thompson, and we will all be happy to refer you to where you can get further information and when you can begin serving. So thank you again so very much for your service. At this time, we do not have a request for any future meetings. Oh, I apologize. We do have a supplemental agenda this evening.
Thank you.
I got ahead of myself.
That's all right. Is there a motion to waive Rule 215?
So moved.
Second?
Okay, all in favor, say yes.
Yes.
Opposed, no.
That moves forward. For our supplemental agenda item, up first, we have resolution number 85.
So introduce.
All right, and so that is resolution number 85, introduced by Felicia Dennis. Just want to make sure Cliff can hear me here, okay. Whereas the City of York desires to contract for services for the Comfort Station Infill and Stabilization Project for the amount of $90,067, and whereas the services will be made through the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania Co-Stars Cooperative Purchasing Program under the Rural Square Development and Construction who is the registered vendor, now therefore be it resolved, council hereby awards said contract for service.
Is there a motion to move that?
Second.
All right, that's been second at this point. Is there any public comments? Any council comments?
I'll just ask if Dave wouldn't mind sharing.
All right.
Good evening, Council. Thanks for considering this project. So what the project actually is the removal of the balusters and covering over the stairs at the comfort stations. What the project started out as, Royal Square owns the old Feuder Brother building on South George Street. So as they started their construction, they realized that we own a portion of underneath their building, so a basement, basically under their building, and they needed to do construction and infill because of the sidewalk collapse and deterioration above that. So we were going to infill that portion of the sidewalk. We bid that to them to start, and then as we were going, we added on to the comfort station portion to fill that, because we have the same issue. So if you go in there during a rainy day, it rains inside. And it's pretty close to being a collapsible structure right now. So I apologize for coming after the project got started. It went over the budget that I had set with what we thought it was going to be. So we had to get it approved, and we also missed the harb thing. We thought because it was just sidewalk, we wouldn't have to go to harb, but Nancy had told us because it had the railings and the vertical structure of the railing that it was a harb project. So that's why we hit everything backwards. I don't like to do it that way. I don't like to blindside you guys because you're always good to work with, but it is a project in dire need of being done before we have an accident down there. So. And hopefully it'll open up the square, make it look a little better with all the trees being removed and replanted. It should open it up, make it a nice area for events and things like that. So, any questions?
Thank you.
Thank you.
I would just say that in hindsight,
Yep.
when you read the HARB documents approving the moving of the balusters, I was thinking a lot about, I wonder how old the balusters are, and if they are so fragile, I even question why we should keep them at all, as opposed to if it's going to be decades before this gets opened up again, is there any point when it sounds like they are just so fragile and 6 figures to replace? So personally, I think if I had the opportunity, I would just say find a nice wall to put them beside and just store them away instead of go through the extra expense of putting them downstairs.
It's not the expense of putting them downstairs. Actually, it will probably save us a little bit, because for us to have to get rid of them in a landfill or whatever, we would have to pay to have it hauled out. So that portion is, manual labor down the steps, put them in one of the restrooms. So from that standpoint, yes, as far as getting them rebuilt, getting them rebuilt was more than actually tearing them down, redoing all the concrete and making the structure safe. Because they're only manufactured in one plant, and that's in Baltimore. Actually, looking at that tonight, you go across the Key Bridge to get to that, so that price would probably be even higher now, because you're looking at hours more in travel time. So.
Thank you.
Yep.
Can we call for a vote?
Buck,
Yes?
Dennis,
Yes.
Buckingham,
Yes.
Washington.
Yes, and that moves forward. At this time, we do not have a request for any future meetings. Do we have any council comment this evening?
I do. Last week, I think it was Thursday night, and Sarah Bryan can verify this for me. I attended an event, a community conversation at Martin Library, Does My Safety Matter? I would encourage those here, anyone listening or watching, if this comes up again, it was well worth it. It unfortunately fell on the same night as the GVI call out, and which is always, I've been to several of those, and it is wonderful. So I opted this time, and it was really interesting conversation about safety and safety in York City. Sarah O'Brien from Downtown Inc. was one of the panel members. Jamie Norpel from the York Safety Collaboration was another one. Police Officer Reinert, who is housed here with Victory, the therapy dog, and at City Hall, was another panelist, and then Patricia White with the York County Area Agency on Aging, and it was just great. There was great conversation, interesting things to think about, misconceptions about our safety in downtown, as well as realities and what we can do to help keep each other safe. Or just say, if it was a great evening, and if the opportunity comes back again, hopefully I'll get to say something before the event and encourage people to attend. But it was, I will say, it was time well spent.
Thank you, Vice President Buckingham. Is there any further council comment this evening?
Just briefly. Thank you. Madam President, I just wanted to, since we're going to be talking about the budget on our next legislative meeting, if you go to the City of York Facebook page, you can watch the hearing, the October 28th hearing, the budget hearing with the mayor and the business administrator and several others. And I just wanted to, I find it interesting, and I think that it's worth everyone paying attention to that we're going to be doubling the use of the funds from the wastewater treatment plant to balance the budget. You can listen and hear the explanation for that. We're lucky we have the wastewater treatment plant proceeds. I just want everybody to be aware of how the budget is made. It's complicated with lots of different funds. I look forward to reviewing it now that we've received the numbers tonight, and just urge people to pay attention to the $80 million for the general fund and all the other funds and those expenses, and see if you're going to have any comments for us at the legislative meeting, November 18th? Is that right?
That's today.
That's today.
Oh, I lost track of time. What's the date? Oh, it says, so it'll be December 5th, 2nd? I don't know.
2nd is our next meeting.
December 2nd.
Will we be discussing it December 2nd then? December 2nd, thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman Bob. Is there any further council comment? Is there any administration comment this evening? At this time, it is 6:33 p.m. and our meeting is adjourned. Everyone have a phenomenal evening, an even greater week. Thank you.